All right, so today the topic is, I want to make sure you can see me. Okay, today the topic is, God, it is about robotic affirming. I just wanted to do this really quickly. I wasn't going to go live. I was supposed to go live yesterday, but I didn't. I wanted to go live. Just because I hit 500 subscribers today. Thanks so much for everyone who's new or who's older, who's been here before, and just supporting me throughout this whole thing has just really been like, you're really watching me manifest like in real time. So it's definitely real. It's definitely possible for anybody, because I know I've had those same thoughts like in the beginning, like this doesn't work, or how could it be this simple? So that's why I wanted to talk about just robotic affirming today, just because I know that, it may seem like you have to wait a long time, or there's a lot of different things that come up when you start to learn about this stuff, like, oh, it's so simple, that couldn't be right, or how could something like this be the key after you think you've been doing this right things for so long. So today is about robotic affirming. Number one on robotic affirming, I would say this just about anything. Your subconscious mind really doesn't care what you tell it. Your brain is a truth machine. Your subconscious mind, not so much. So here's the difference. Your brain, when you say an affirmation in the mirror, like, I am rich, that's one of the reasons why I recommend saying Askfirmations and not affirmations, because Askfirmations is not a test to your brain. So if you say, I am rich, your brain is like, no, you're not, because it's a truth machine. But if you say something like, why am I so rich? Or how did I get so rich? Or how did I get so lucky? Those things aren't testing you in any sort of way. So there's nothing that you need to be, there's nothing that your brain is out on the lookout trying to figure out, is this true about this person who I know this person to be, or is this true about their situations or their circumstances? Because some of the times you will get the answer, no. So robotic affirming is really going straight into your subconscious mind, not because of the things that you are telling it, really is because of the repetition. So your subconscious mind doesn't care what you tell it about any statement, it will take it on as true. So that's why you have to be really careful about the things that you're saying repetitively, like, oh, this always happens to me, da 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 da, because your subconscious mind hears that, takes it in and says, yes, okay, I got you. This will always happen to you. I always run in, I used to say that when I was like headed to work on a Tuesday. Tuesday would be like busy days, or so-called busy days, or actually, when I started the job, they told me, traffic is bad on Tuesdays, parking is bad on Tuesdays. So that's like something that, got stuck in my mind, and they kept saying it. And so when I would head to work, I would see that traffic was bad and everything, exactly what they've been telling me. And it wasn't because like that's a positive thing that you want to happen. It's just because you're hearing that over and over and over again, and it's being affirmed to you. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. Your subconscious mind doesn't care. It's like, okay, I'm going to manifest exactly what you say. So that's why you be careful about what you say. So doing this regularly, whatever you do, doing the affirmations, Askfirmations, doing it regularly creates new neural pathways in your brain. So you'll get bonus points. In my mind, you get bonus points with your subconscious mind, even if you do it at the same time every day. So if you take up yourself, or if you take any affirmation and do it by yourself, or if you watch one of my videos and you do it every morning at 8:15 before you go wherever else, or every night before you go to sleep and you're brushing your teeth, whatever, your brain is like, okay, I know what time it is, I know exactly what I'm about to do, and that's how it gets into your subconscious mind. So it's really not anything that's like mystical at all. It's just that your brain is used to this happening and producing a result, because that's exactly what you are. You're a captain of a ship. So think of yourself like that. You're a captain of the ship, and you're giving directions to the crew. The crew doesn't care if you're about to go out to sea or if you're about to run into an iceberg or if you're about to run aground. It doesn't care, it's just taking your instructions. So now that you know that, you can never not know that. So whenever anything pops up into your life, you'll know exactly where those instructions came from. It was you, the crewmaster. So number 2, it will introduce new concepts, even if you're not believing it at first, even if you have no confidence when you're saying it. And as far as affirmations, even if you don't have an answer, because people think of a question, then they want the answer, it's not for you to have those things. Like if you have no confidence when you're saying it, if you have no belief about it, if you think, well, this isn't true, your subconscious mind doesn't care about that. And if you have no answers for your Askfirmations, your subconscious mind doesn't care. It's just hearing it, installing it into your mind, creating new neural pathways, and then producing results, because that's all it does. It's a machine, literally. So it doesn't care if something is true. It doesn't care if something is believed. It doesn't care if you have an answer for the question that you're asking. It just cares that you keep doing it. So number 3 is the shifts in your mind, or it will shift your mindset and your attitude. And it can do it gradually, whatever the case may be. Thank you for the light. It can do it gradually, but automatically, well, after a while, they'll just lead a shift in your attitude. So here's an example for you, just so that you know that this is real, because a lot of people don't get how it could be so simple. So let's think about the mind-body connection. Let's say you're not happy right now, right? You're just sitting like this. But if you smile, it like helps bring that feeling to you. Even if you're not particularly happy, nothing has happened. If you smile, it is science, even, that this will change the way that it will change your disposition, or, just the way that you feel. And that's very real. So if you do that, or a power pose, I've been learning about power poses as well. So if you do a power pose, which is just like the superwoman stance, or whatever another superhuman, so like what do they call superheroes? Yeah, if you do like a superhero stance, which like just your hands on your hips and just standing up in a very firm stance, that's called a power pose. And that is something that will instill confidence in you. So doing that, I'm going to be, that's one of the announcements for today. The announcement is next week's videos. There will be some videos that you can use it with any video, because it's affirmations or Askfirmations that you're doing. So you can just use that now. I have been like just standing in that pose and listening to the videos, but I will add that little disclaimer at the beginning, just so that people know what that power pose is and how it can be beneficial when you're using the power pose plus Affirmations at the same time, because it's that mind-body connection. So I wanted to just come here today. I will go back over those top 3s very quickly. It's number 1, your subconscious programming and the repetition, doing it regularly and at the same time. It creates new neural pathways, and like I said, when you do it at the same time, it gets that repetition in there, so it just sinks very deeply into your subconscious mind. Number 2, it will introduce new concepts to you, even if you don't believe them, if you have no confidence when you're saying them, or if you don't have any answers for the Askfirmations that you may be using. So it's not about, in the beginning anyway, when you're having a hard time believing it, it's not all about, the new concepts, or, believing in it very deeply, or knowing that these things are true. It's not all about that. It is really only about introducing this to your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, even, that this is something that you do, this is something that you do regularly, and this is something that you enjoy doing. And number 3, it will introduce a shift in your mindset and attitude. It has to, if you're doing it on repetition, it has to create that shift. Just like I said with the smile, if you smile, you have to, like, those chemicals will start flooding your brain, because that's just the way, like even with the power pose, it creates that inside of you. So even if it's not there, you create it. Even let's say, okay, think about it the other way around. People think about, okay, well, how could I be happy if I'm not X, Y, and Z? But it's like if you tell yourself that you're happy, your brain will start doing things like, releasing or decreasing in cortisol and increasing in, different happy chemicals. So it really works that same exact way. It's a mind-body connection. If you tell yourself something, yourself is going to believe you. If you keep doing it over a longer period of time, it will believe you even more. And yes, so that is all. It's very simple, robotic affirming. Like I said, I've been using it. I know a lot of people use it, and like I say, it's not something that you really believe in the beginning or nothing that you have to believe in the beginning. It doesn't matter. Something that you do as in with repetition, like even with basketball playing, if you're not a great player, you can become a great player if you practice it. That's with anything and everything that you can ever do. And with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day.